$15,000 MUT League here, boys. It's going to be 6 weeks, 2 games per week. These are raw gameplay are on this channel, but I want to do a breakdown of every single game. We're going up against the best Madden players in the world. I think this league of the 16 people has a combined like $2.5 million in total earnings. So it's these are very good Madden players that we're going up against. It's going to be the last high-level competitive Madden you're going to see throughout a Madden 24. There's going to be a total of, at a minimum, 12 games for us. So this is the first breakdown of those games. Putting against Gabagol, he finished the year, I think, number 8th ranked Madden player in the world, and we're on offense. Now, I'm in the Green Bay Packers offense. I really like it for 2 reasons. Packers going to have Trips tight end. I guess 3 reasons. Packers going to have Trips tight end, the best one, the normal one. Packers is going to have Gun Bunch strong offset, which is ridiculously good. And then it also is going to have bunch tight end, which I have some pretty cool stuff out of. And even since this happened, because this happened about a week ago, this game was recorded, I've added quite a bit to that. So Gabagol is in dollar. Now, you might see something kind of interesting with his dollar is that where are his safeties? Typically, safeties would be back here, right? Well, he's coming out in a play called double safety blitz inside a dollar, and his safety is starting here, but coming down all the way down here pre-snap. See right here, this is a safety right here. And that's going to give him quite a few advantages from doing that. He's going to audible to another play from it. But essentially, his safeties are, one, going to be able to disguise coverages a little bit better because they're coming in from such a compressed area. But also, they're going to defend the seam way better because they're so close to the, they're just way, shallower pre-snap. You see those safeties, one of them drop back. And you see the pressure he's sending, double slot corners off the edge. Really tough on my end. Now, something I've really put a big focus on as, I naturally, I'm a good Madden player. But to become one of the best in the world, I have to really put a lot of intentional work in. And so one of the big things that comes with that is building good habits. And pocket presence, you saw right there, bailed me out big time. I should have been sacked for a loss of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Instead, I got sacked for a loss of nothing, which is huge. We're going to go double corners to the left side. And we're going to actually let these guys sit for a second. Now, typically double corners, if we rewatch this is how to play curl flat. And actually, let's see if we can see the play art here. These will typically do a little bit better of a job with their spacing. Sometimes it can kind of differ based on how they run, bump, and whatnot. Usually one will end up around this area and one will end up around this area, which leaves about 10 yards of spacing between them. This is not the best double corner setup. Usually you'd want a short corner, so this guy like running like this, and then a deeper corner like this guy doing this. But we're able to do this out of the play curl flat, and it works pretty well. Right here, they got really close together, so I just kind of sat and waited while they literally just sat. And we're able to throw them pretty deep against the covered 3 Mabel shell on that left side. So right there, boom. Again, you want better spacing right there. You don't want to have to let them sit and wait, but that is something you can do if the routes just don't run exactly how you want them to, right? So just something I've been testing out on a bunch tight end a good amount. And you see we're back in the bunch tight end right here. We're going to go with the inside zone. This inside zone is pretty good. We're going to work on motioning Plaxico out right here. And we're just going to call it inside zone. Boom. Able to get kind of bad stick right there, but he had a guy scraping across the top. So only a gain of 2. That double safety blitz that he's calling to begin the play, again, he's audibling out of it, but it's getting those safeties into the box, which will also help a good amount in the run game. Just again, they're closer to the line of scrimmage. They're going to be able to react faster to the run game, get down there sooner, etc., right? Overall, though, our first drive, we're going pretty well, pretty decent. Not having too many issues. Haven't really had any big negative plays yet. Now we're just calling the play Durham. And this is a huge thing where, man, I wish I got more rack after this. But if you're playing somebody who's blitzing you, if you could find a way to attack the flats, right? This guy comes. This guy's coming, okay? What does this guy do? If he bails or sits or anything, who's defending this area of the field? Can't be him. He's too far in. Can't be him. Can't be him. Therefore, this area is a nice little quick throw. And it's really cool when they're playing either soft coverage or just they're blitzing. It'd be really nice right there if we are able to get a better juke move. I thought he was going to click on and stay inside, so I tried juking out. But nonetheless, we're able to gain 4. Second and 8 goes to third and 4. And that was like the worst case scenario in terms of how quickly we could get tackled. So we're chilling with that. And when you start making reads like that, you're kind of identifying that you're seeing the field a lot better, right? It's a little bit tougher of a read. A lot of people would leave that open just because a lot of people can't make that read. And boom. We do go with a little table route right there against man coverage. I don't love that. We do have the space. It's just the game kind of being bad right here. This isn't shaded down man. So you see this halfback is manned up right here. But this guy just like he doesn't come down super hard. This is I don't want to say it's like super consistent, but it kind of is. And so you can get your hands on the ball, and they just lose leverage pretty much, for lack of a better word. Now I am lucky with the dive. I don't love that read though. I don't love that it's a good read in this game because it is. It's very similar to like if you man up a smoke screen on the outside, you can actually throw the smoke screen against man coverage. The way they don't attack very well on certain routes, the man coverage doesn't. Gab will go now in the red zone in the 4-3-6-1 even. We're gonna call a little read option for an easy touchdown. I was super happy to break this one out. Something that a lot of people don't really see too often. Pretty simple read, simple play. But yeah, be able to break out read options in the red zone or just for kind of like every once in a while type plays against specific defenses like 4-3-6-1. Really nice. Like can really, really, really help you out. So super happy with that drive. And it's our first drive getting back into comp. I haven't really taken comp seriously since probably December. So even those MCS tournaments were I was more content focused. So good drive, good start. I'm excited. Now Gab has always been a pretty good offensive player, and immediately I kind of messed up my defense. I didn't want to be default aligned, and I was at first. And he's able to throw a nice little possession catch over the middle of the field. One of the best ways to avoid KOs, boys, is to one click on and kind of attack the ball, kind of like you're going for a rebound to just attack it. But you want to possession catch it a lot. A lot of the possession catches will get you like kind of that animation right there, where if he racks that, one of my safeties might hit him. But the possession catches a lot of times will really get you into a spot where you can't get into a tackle animation, which will help you avoid those KOs, right? But even right here, my defense is super misaligned. I just end up burning a timeout, which I don't love having to do, but yeah, you see I have to go in there and actually change my defense to baseline. And so now we're a little bit ready. I'm gonna move both my safeties down. This is similar to what he's doing from the double safety blitz. But instead of calling that play, I'm moving my safeties down manually. Now, why am I doing that? Because in double safety blitz, you can't get these outside DBs and your slot corners to be pressed if you're gonna come out in that. So I'm kind of doing the opposite and just moving those guys down to get the same idea though. Boom. He throws underneath. Good read by him, Bo Jackson. Gain to about a 2nd and 1. We got to find a way to slow him down a little bit, right? We got to find a way to slow him down somehow. Go into the play, double safety blitz. But even here, like I messed up. So I try flipping. Yeah, we're just not set on defense at all. And he's very quickly down to the 10-yard line. That's pretty frustrating by me, right? People are going to score on you in this game. They always will. It's just a Madden consistently. If there's 10 Maddens, 9 of those 10 Maddens are going to be very offensive heavy games. People are going to give up points. You're going to get scored on. But you don't want to just like not be in what you want to run, right? You don't want to just give it to them. So definitely frustrated by me. Let's see. He calls, boom, a little a little RPO. We're able to make the tackle and get him to a 2nd and 7. We do have a chance here though, because of the fact he got down to the 10, where if we can just, reset, whatever, we might be able to hold him to a half stop. And in Madden, holding somebody to 3 is a really big deal. Kind of change up my defense a little bit here. I'm going to that free safety zone blitz, but we're setting kind of double pressure off the left side, which I actually like quite a bit. And you'll see me. Let's see if we do it again here. So I'm not pinching my line at all. So I'm kind of daring him to run the ball. But you see, we're actually sending this guy and this guy, which is going to get really good pressure and can do a surprisingly good job against the run. You see me hop down to the back safety now. And I'm just like, if you want to pass, pass. If you want to run, run. Like, let's just see. Right, I'm going to move him down, that blitzer. Boom, he might be able to throw an RPO. So you see me actually use her all the way out. He's going to run. And you see that blitz actually blows up the run super well. Immediately putting Gabba into a bad spot where, hey, that entire defensive drive was terrible, but we just did 3 good plays here. Let's see what happens on 4th and 5. I'm not able to get that. Blitzer isn't coming down from me, which is frustrating. So I'm going to hop on him, move him down. I caught on Warren Sapp, and he throws a nice beam. And again, you kind of see that possession catch. Like, that's a really, even if I was on the correct user there, I'm not convinced I even user that. If you just look at, this, like, again, good dot. And this, you can make this throw, but it is a very, very much a timing throw. You got a possession catcher. You see how close we are to actually getting an animation with him to knock it out. And, we had a good defensive drive, or we had a chance to finish off with a good defensive drive, but he scores. And that's what's going to happen when you're playing some of these best Madden players in the world. Like, they literally will make throws that only they will make consistently. I don't know if that's the best example of one, but that was a tough throw. A lot of people mistime it, or they just totally miss the read. We get the ball back, though, and we have an opportunity to milk out the half. He gets ball at half, so kind of time is an important thing here. I'm a little bit surprised I don't actually start off with a run, but this is a very much a horizontal kind of spacing concept, and we throw the ball away. He's getting pretty good pressure on us consistently, and I am even the stretch of time from a week ago when this was recorded to now. I'm learning this offense, right? This is Packers playbook. I don't run a ton of bunch strong. Most of my stuff has been out of gun bunch this year, and it's a little bit different running a different offense. Right there, we go for that. You see the KO right there, and that's somewhere maybe I should possession catch that. I might be able to get a little bit better of an animation. I like that ball, but wasn't able to get thrown. But yeah, especially in this game, it's very apparent that I'm very much trying to get used to the offense we're running. I'm making audibles I don't call, and it's a learning process, right? I feel way better right now than I did when this was recorded, and even still, right now, I'm learning a lot. Right? We're going to trips tight end. There's a little basic flood concept, well, outside flood. So we might have X here, but instead we're gonna go Bo Jackson underneath. Boom, and that's the thing, right? If you can at the very least, get yourself into a rhythm by by running basic concepts and be able to hit kind of the things right? Right there, super basic flood concept to the left. We're able to hit the drag underneath, and now we get to a 4th and 2. That's a huge, huge, huge opportunity for him to get a stop. We're going very basic, high low to the left side, a little delayed flood almost for these two guys. And then we have an opportunity to hit this guy early, halfback out backfield. I love this play call, actually. I really do. I'm curious. I don't remember how this works out, though. Go bang. We have halfback. No. We got plenty of time. And that's a big thing where if I had been even a couple days prior, I probably walked back a little bit too far. He sends 5. Even right here, we do walk back pretty far, but not too far. Which is insane. Honestly, this is not great pocket compared to earlier. But we are able to buy ourselves enough time where we could have technically hit X maybe out here, but A is crossing and B as well. I mean, we had a couple different options we could hit. We're able to hit A though for a nice little easy, and that's a possession catch right there. If I rack that, there's a high probability that the DB comes down and pops me. So, and for the KO, right? So possession catching is a huge deal. There's something you take away from this video. Possession catching, possession catching, possession catching, right? And again, just a reminder, there are 12 total games. This is the first breakdown of all of these. $15,000. Going double corners to the right side out of bunch strong. Roll out. Gonna be able to throw A. And I missed the throw, which I'm a little bit upset with. I have roaming Deadeye on, and I'm pretty decent at blue passing as well on top of that. So I really don't miss too many throws on the run, but that's a little frustrating one. Especially when, I'm not an idiot at this point. I'm like, man, offense is definitely coming at a premium right now. Right? Like it feels like I'm really working hard. Really working hard. We're going to go to the RPO on the other side. Boom. Good gain right there. And I do need to be a little bit conscious of the clock. And he is too. He's calling a timeout already. So you should see me go to a run play here. I'd be surprised if I don't. This is a pretty good opportunity to be able to clock this game out. We're audible. Oh, yeah. Bunch tight end, inside zone. Yeah, and he's already in the 4-3-6-1, trying to play a little bit more short yardage defense. He just doesn't want me to take the lead and clock the half out. We go inside zone to the left side. Gain of about 1 or 2. A big thing with these kind of clock plays, where like that play, and no means am I trying to score a touchdown on that. A big thing that you can't do though on those types of play calls is go backwards, right? I see a lot of people kind of call like almost like there's one thing to call a clock play, right? But then there's another thing to call a play that it keeps the clock moving, but it's not going to get any kind of positive yardage, and it has a high risk of like going backwards. That's what you don't want. You don't want this to be 2nd and 13 here for clock purposes. 2nd and 9, sure. And we go back to the RPO right there, gets us to a 3rd and 2. And now those are 2 plays. Another minute came off the clock because each of those is 30-second play clocks. Good. And now we just got to convert on a 3rd and short. And I'm wondering, this should be a pass play for me, although running is definitely in the cards here potentially. This should be, and we might go RPO bubble here. And I think I go RPO bubble because to defend this bubble from here for him, this guy can't. This guy would get blocked by him. This guy would have to be in a hard flat. So that's really how this gets blown up in this case. And it's just unlikely that he would have this guy in a hard flat, in my opinion, given the situation, just what that would entail. So we'll see. He doesn't. We're able to throw it. But his user does a really good job. And that's where you guys always have the ability, and you'll see this whenever you watch top guys play, of your user can make a big difference on the field, right? His user comes right here, scrapes all the way across, and is able to make the tackle short of the first down for a 4th and 1. I'm wondering what I do, because it's going to be a 2-minute warning right here. I'm not 100% sure because I really have been trying to do a little bit better of a job of taking my. Oh, I know what I do here. Yeah. Yep. 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 This should 100% be a rollout, and it's just because like the rollout defense from the 20-yard line for 1 yard. It's so hard to like. You really can't do it. You really cannot do it at all. Rollout defense from yeah. So we should be going to the right side here. Let's see. Oh no, we go jet sweep. Never mind. Boom. Take it outside. Ooh. That's another good short yardage play. Those jet sweeps. I tweeted about this the other day, where I kind of showed a breakdown of that. But you would call it a jet sweep from under center, single back typically, and you can take those and then try to juke up or hurdle up. A lot of people take jet sweeps and they're trying to get out to the outside. It's actually better in this game to really try to jurtle up, and you can pretty much guarantee you get a yard or so. I didn't think that'd be my play call, but that actually makes sense. I like that play call now. I also like the idea of rolling out in that situation too. Going back to the read option that we scored on earlier, he ends up playing decent run defense. We utilize a juke move to be able to get 5 yards. And again, calling a play that's so low risk on first down. Make sure our second down is second and manageable. Keep all the plays in our arsenal. He's out of timeouts. So at the very least, we should be going into half up 3 probably. As long as we don't really like mess up the time somehow, because another minute should be coming off of this game before he can get the ball back at all. And I'd probably just go back to another read option right here. Just pretty safe play call. Maybe we keep it for a touchdown potentially, right? A couple fake audibles, fake hot routes. Let's go milk it all the way down inside or read option, able to fall forward for a gain of 1. And again, just calling a play that's just so unlikely for us to lose yardage on gets us to a 3rd and 4. Entire arsenal's open here. And I think the very smart thing to do here, especially 3rd and 4 from the 8, there's just not much room here. Call a run play. Call run. And very worst case scenario is that we kick 3 at 20 seconds left in the half. Oh well. And this, I believe, is where we actually call a rollout play. So you got to be careful with this and make sure you don't accidentally go out of bounds short of the marker or you don't throw an incompletion. And so we're looking to roll out right side. He's there. I click both sticks in and we slide down. Very easy for me right there to throw the ball away. But the difference in that would be 30 seconds. And you can see we're going to take this all the way down to we'll kick the field goal. He'll get the ball back with 15 seconds, right? So it's kind of cut ahead. His kick return took 4 seconds off. And I mean, think about the difference here if he had 35 seconds to 11 seconds in the probability he's able to get any kind of points, right? I immediately call timeout. Let's just skip a little bit more ahead. He gets kind of a big, big check down, but that's fine. He just has to go for a Hail Mary to end the half. Not there. But we'll go into half up 10-7. Kind of I'm not super proud of the way I played, but we played good enough and we took care of clock management to the point where I had 2 possessions. I scored on both of them. He had 1 possession. Okay? Simple. One of the biggest keys to winning games, or the very least, especially if you think you're like outmatched by somebody, right? You're just playing, or if you're just thinking you're playing against good players, doesn't even have to be like you're outmatched. He calls dagger right there. But if you're playing good players, is that if you can just take control of the ball, make sure you get points every drive, and then really just make sure you're paying attention to the clock, you can stay in every single game. Right? You see right there, pressure, big time pressure. And that's that blitz that I was talking to you guys about earlier where we send this guy, and then these are all right here. We just had to play decent coverage around it, and we're able to scream up the middle. Now, he does a really bad job where he's like probably not locked in enough to where you really can't take this sack where you're running backwards like that. That's a loss of 11 right there, right? You want to, at the very least, try to step around, step up, something. Well, that's the advantage of A-gap pressure, too. It's very hard to work around it. Typically, most people try to go backwards. And now, we send that same pressure again. It comes free again, and we get him to a 3rd and 32, which is like, oh, like, here we go. Here's our stop opportunity, right? 3rd and 32. We're going to press. I believe he actually goes for a lob it up. We have a deep out zone KO right there, 98 speed Derwin. He would have had to get one of those possession animations where he like falls down right after, because if he racks that, he gets hit from behind and drops it. So I don't mind giving that play up at all because of deep out zone KO. And he's going to punt. And there we go. We're in the 3rd quarter, 10-7 ball game. We're getting the ball back. Simple. Really, like, yeah, there we go. Here's a huge opportunity on offense for us to go down, get 7, take a 2-score lead, and start off Muthead League 1-0. Devontae Adams. I really should put Bo Jackson right here. I have Bo Jackson at jukebox. Oh, I'm sorry. I have Marshawn Lynch at running back with jukebox. And in this game mode, there's no fatigue. So I really should have him back there, which is something I keep on meaning to do, and I haven't done. By the way, you may have noticed, potentially, I don't know, I'm curious if you guys did, right here on my face might look a little bit yellow almost, a little bit bruised. I took a slap, a pimp slap to the face the other day. Never a good time. So here's the bunch tight end bomb that like this, and I really thought we could have scored a touchdown this play if I got a better rack innovation. But look, he's running a lot of cover three. This guy is gonna probably drop into a hook. This guy's cover three, cover three, cover three. You know, maybe a blitz of some sort. I don't know, 100%. But we kind of attack it like this. Boom. And if we get a nice rack right there, you can see potentially how we might be out of there, right? But that's a huge play. Having actual actionable bombs in your scheme is so important. So many people don't. You know, they'll have these one play touchdowns that take 8 seconds to develop, and it's like, you'll never hit this in a game. Who cares, right? You can have the best bomb ever that bombs every single coverage, but if it takes 8 seconds, no one cares, right? You know, really, realistically, you want to be able to throw it within 3 seconds right there. We're able to. And now we're going to roll out, throw the corner out. And again, I missed the throw, which is just, man, even in my past like week or so, again, I keep on mentioning this was recorded a week ago. And the reason for that is like the difference in your game, I think, within the course of a week can be huge. But even at this point, I'm like, dude, I'm surprised I missed this throw. I really am. Just like, I don't know. But it would have been big if we got it because we would have been down to about the 20 something. And instead we don't. We're going to go same idea, though. Another rollout scheme going to the right side. This time he plays pretty good defense. I could have thrown A maybe, but we're going to throw it away. His user was kind of in the area and wasn't worth risking it. But yeah, I mean, the difference in one of the most like, I do a lot of coaching sessions, right, with Civil.gg members. And one of the biggest things I see constantly is that people have these opportunities to get big plays, right, chunk yardage, and they just miss the throws, right? And typically it's because they don't know how to freeform. And if you just learn how to hit every throw, man, I mean, the difference that makes is huge. And it sounds so obvious, but like, I should be 1st and 10 right now at the 22 or so. I missed the throw because I wasn't good enough. And now we're in a 3rd and 10. I might get stopped here, right? We go underneath, boom. And that's that kind of, I think that was man up right there to the smoke screen. We can still throw it. But now I'm on a 4th and 7. When in reality, you know, this should, worst case scenario, be third down from the 20 something. So yeah, I hate the idea of kicking. I mean, I hate the fact that kicking three here is what we end up doing. I mean, it's smart, right? Because with this time left in the game, there's about 7.5 minutes. We go up 6. He's not going to clock me out for 7.5 minutes. If like, it's just so unlikely that happens. And worst case scenario is that he scores 7. We're down 1, and we have a money drive. So it's like, that's a smart thing to do. It does suck, though, because it's kind of a wasted opportunity for us to go up 2 scores that drive, which, you know, again, is so big in Madden, just in football in general, in sports in general, dude. Going up two scores is freaking huge, right? And we're just not able to there, though. But we're able to stay in the game. We have, he's only had 2 drives. We have a stop, and we have, oh, I mean, that first drive we almost got a stop on, too, right? Imagine if he's a split second later with that throw in the end zone. Imagine we played a little bit better defense on 4th down. This could be a 13-0 ball game. So I'm feeling good on defense. He throws underneath Bo Jackson. We're able to get a tackle. And then I get a fumble. Only thing I can say here, literally, is spam RB when you're in the middle of a tackle innovation. Spam RB. Because you will help yourself get fumbles. Simple as that. Super unlucky for Gabagool. Super lucky on our end. And this is like, I'm celebrating right now on stream. These are all streamed over on my Twitch at MISTER Civ, Mr. Civ, just Mr. spelled out. We're in the bunch tight end here. We go RPO, yep. Oh, we motioned him in a step. We're going to hand this one off then, yeah. Yep, handoff. And we want the clock to keep moving. I know I've guaranteed myself a 2-possession lead now. This is a really good example of why if you can just extend these games. I hate saying it like that, because I really don't love the idea of extending games, but if you can extend how long you're in a game, right? You have the opportunity to eventually have the game get sealed by getting lucky, essentially. And so what I'm getting at here is had I went for it on 4th down and not gotten it, I'd only be up 3 here with ball, which means, you know, I mean, it's just such a different dynamic here where now I'm in such a controlling opportunity, right? Boom, double jukes, RPO, able to keep the ball moving. 12 for 17 for 182. And just with that, I've guaranteed almost that this is going to go into the 4th quarter now, and we should have a 2-possession lead, which is still an incredibly good spot. Now Gabagool is in the 6-1. I do love, no, it's weird. One of my abilities I really like is Identifier. I think everybody likes it. It's really good. I think pretty much everyone likes it. Boom, he sends pressure. We take a sack. That's fine. Really, ideally, we'd take it for less than 6 yards, but that's okay. The one thing to keep in mind, though, is how often my offense has been stopped for just 3 points, right? Up to this point, we've kicked 2 field goals, and this drive is starting to look like it might be a field goal. That's where that 1st and 10 getting backed up makes it really difficult. See what we do here. Go Durham, I believe, with running low on. Okay, we don't go double corners. I actually like this idea. We have our flat. We're gonna throw the flat. See, can we juke inside to get somebody to miss? We can't. 3rd and 9, and this will take us to the fourth quarter. So 3rd and 9, we're really looking to attack the corners of the end zone. Is what is my goal here. And so this route combo right here can get both of these routes open on the corner of the end zones. Uh, and I'm actually like looking back at this even. What's he do here? He sends 4-3-6-1. I think he just sends a 6-man out of this. I block 6, right? Yeah, we block 6. He just gets this guy coming free right here. Why is a touchdown? Why is a touchdown? And I'm upset that the blitz came in free. Good for him, obviously. But dang, because that would have been an opportunity to take a big, big, big lead. But we'll settle for the 3, and we'll go up a cool 9 points. But again, kicking 3 threes in this game. I mean, one of the best things you can do on defense, hold somebody to 3, you're in the game forever, right? He's only down 9 points. The one nice thing in this situation is I know I can pretty much tee off on him in terms of he's going to have to pass the ball every single play. Immediately, though, he dots us to a corner route, which I really should have seen coming. Really bad defense. And then we let him get a bunch of rack afterwards. And just like that, he's within field goal range. He's going to go hurry up. We got to send pressure at him, but we got to do a better job, in my opinion. Right here, my defense isn't super set up, and we actually go away from the pressure. We send 4. Nothing really there, but we play pretty good with our user, so we're going to be able to stop the clock, but he doesn't get any yards, and we're able to kind of think about what we want to do for a moment here. I need as many tackle inbounds as we could possibly get. Anything to keep the clock moving, keep his drive from keep him from scoring, right? Milk, 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 milk. Boom, we're here. Pretty good defense, but he's going to dot us all the way across, and that's just a good throw, man. But I actually didn't realize that he got that out of bounds. He got cheated. He got super cheated on that play. Good ball by him. He motioned in the ISO, put him on a post. Good ball. So between that and the fumble, we've gotten lucky. We've definitely gotten lucky at this point. We're going a little cover 4. Does he go underneath? No, bad user by me. And he jukes out, and that's another big opportunity for we could have tackled him for 10 yards, for probably 15 yards less, and a runoff of 10 seconds after the play. Said he gets a ton more yards, way less time off the clock. He gets a call, better play here. And it's just like, man, that's tough on my end. We got to make tackles. Got to. Sending DB fire at him right here. Little 5-man. Let's see what happens. Boom. Good. He throws underneath. And that's the throw that we want him to be making. Right. Little 7-second runoff. Clock is going to keep ticking, especially with how often these dudes audible. They take a while to snap sometimes, but we get caught on Warren Sapp. Good defense. He runs with Bo Jackson. No, he throws it. That was nice. Clock still going. We're underneath 3 minutes now, almost. Come on, goal line stand here, similar to what we did earlier. Get him to a 4th down. Let's see. Boom. Inside zone. Jukes back. Touchdown. Yeah, I got messed up in my defense right there pretty bad. And that's just something I got to get better with, is just be able to adjust faster, not having so many almost like freebies. So down 2, he does go for the onside kick, which we are able to recover. Thank God. And we almost get out of there on the onside. We're in a great spot, though, dude. 2 first downs almost ends this game. Very close. A touchdown almost ends this game. A lot of things we do. We just got to keep the ball moving. It's very easy here to play super conservative. And I can't remember exactly what my first play call is here. You see him in the 4-3-6-1. This is a pretty good run defense. That's why he's in it. And I think we might... No, I actually go for a little bit of not a shot play, but a pretty good pass play that I like a lot. We call a lot of this last year, actually. Hoping that he's going to send pressure. We'll be able to dunk it underneath. He really doesn't. He only sends 3. So just good defense by him. And really, that was worst case scenario for me, because it ends up with a throwaway and the clock stops. I really thought he was going to send 6. And I'd be able to quick dot him either over the middle or to one of our flats. But good defense by him. I was really trying to big brain it on 1st and 10 because so many people immediately in that situation go to a run to keep the clock moving. So I was hoping just to be able to get a chunk play and keep the clock moving, but we can't have Abe. I don't make the read. Hey, yeah, that's where, dude, like back-to-back plays. This should be 2-minute warning or two of his timeouts gone, one of the two. And instead, back-to-back plays where we just stop the clock for him, basically. And this is really just me trying to big brain it a little bit too much. Instead of just taking the run plays and the guaranteed stuff, I'm trying to say, oh, I can dot his run defense basically. And we just don't. Unsuccessful on the first two downs. Let's see here. 3rd and 10. Boom. Do we go? Yeah, I think he's going a little bit over adjusting. So boom, we have a dot, and there we go. I was right. We just ran very basic PA boot over essentially with a post, and now finally we pick up the first down that we were trying to do. But I just cost myself so much by being stupid on 1st and 10 or 1st and 2nd. Which again, like, is it stupid? It's just trying to be too smart, really. Which I'm not a smart man. Just trying to do too much. Here, though, definitely going read option, hoping to be able to break off that easy 1 point touchdown like we did earlier. Not going to, though. He super blows it up. Loss of 3, which is really what I've been talking about. Of you got to avoid these plays that result in big losses on 1st and 10 if you're gonna run. And we immediately go to 2nd and 13. He sends pressure again. We're gonna roll out, quick throw our halfback, lose 4 on the play. I'm glad I didn't throw it away though. Be able to take one of his timeouts at least. But yeah, 3rd and 17 from the 23. It's gonna be a tough one to pick up. It's gonna be a tough one to pick up, dude. Let's see what we got. Drops back over the middle. I felt like, man, looking back at this, I'm happy I didn't throw the ball away or throw an incompletion. I feel like I played kind of scared right here. First of all, I miss the read we talked about earlier with this flat to the wheel. That's something we hit earlier. We just miss it right there. I gotta be able to throw the running back right here. I know we have that. I'm worried about his user coming down really hard, but he just can't in this game. And we gotta throw that halfback sooner. We do take a sack and take a time out of his, and we're gonna kick 3, so we're still in a good spot, right? Up 5. He's only scored 2 touchdowns up to this point. Minute 48 left in the game. We're in a good spot, but man, I feel like we could have hit the halfback right there and be able to make something potentially happen. Hindsight's 2020 though. I don't dislike the spot we're in. Big thing here is that we can just send pressure every single play at him. He's gonna be able to quickly hit his drag across the field though. Tackle him inbounds. No, out of bounds. Tackle inbounds would have been nice right there. And my defense was just misaligned right there again, which is something that happens when you try to run that blitz against that formation when you're not man or when you're not baselined. Now we're going to DB fire. Back him off a couple steps. Yep, on the right side. We'll just see what happens here. We'll cover 6, basically. If he wants to take the left flat, we'll allow him to. Let's see. Boom. He's attacking middle. And this is a hot, like, just a good read. Good, quick, hot read. Clock is just under 80 seconds left in the game now. He's motioning in that same solo side receiver, potentially putting him on a crosser like he did earlier, but he's going to run the ball. And I remember when he did this, I thought this was a super weird call. The run play right there. It's a gain of 6. It keeps the clock moving. He doesn't really want that. I just thought that was a really strange call from him. I don't know. I don't have any idea why he'd do that. It works out for me. I mean, you see how much times ran off just for 6 yards. Weird. No chance you get out of bounds there either. We made up this outside corner trying to take away corner strike, but he doesn't call that. He goes in the middle of the field. We miss a his stick. Gets a big gain. He's going to call timeout? No, he doesn't call a timeout still. So now he's down to underneath 25 seconds. We're going. He's audibly, which takes him more time. Boom. Snap. He had something. He misses it, and he misses the throw. Bo Jackson gets an inaccurate right there. Sent a lot of pressure. And it was one of the bad things with Bo Jackson at quarterback, and I've suffered from it a little bit too. He'd be missing a lot of throws. 17 seconds. Here we go. Have my flats set to the touchdown, basically the goal line. Same with my hook set to the goal line. We're going to send 3. And I don't know why he does this either. He goes to a wide receiver screen. I think he just liked the alignment and thought he'd get a lot of yards, but he gets KO'd. He's actually lucky he didn't catch it because that would have been a timeout of his. So we're at 3rd and 10 now from the 16. 14 seconds left. You can see my zone drop set to basically right at the goal line. If he wants to attack under that right here, I will allow it on 3rd and 10. And I want to say we send pressure right here. 5-man off the edge. Yep, both slot corners. You see me back off the DBs or the outside DBs and bring inside the safety. Let's see what he does here. Boom. Pressure comes in. He tries outrunning the pressure, and then he just doesn't throw it away fast enough. So we call a timeout, or he calls a timeout rather. 4th and 20. from the 26. 4th and 20 from the 26. We're going to drop our flats back to 25, our hooks back to 25. And there's a few different things you can do here. My goal after that right there, so I run the same blitz that we just called that just sacked him, which is DB fire, send 5, and it's going to come in. Now, I have the option here to go cover 4 with my DBs, basically to put, let's see if I zoom out again for a moment. Zoom out for me. Yeah. So, zoom out one more time. Zoom out one. Boom. So I could put these guys into 25-yard flats, and they'll defend right here, right at the goal line. Right, this guy right at the goal line. This guy in a half, This guy defending the deep middle. My user defending the deep middle. Blitz, 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 blitz. So the only way right here that I want him to be able to win the game, I don't want him to dot me to the first down. Why don't I want that? Because if he dots me to the first down with a corner route, he's going to have one play for the win from about the 4-yard line. I think he can get that. So I'm trying to defend the first down marker while defending the goal line. And the only way he can win this game is if he hits the back corner of the end zone, which is a very hard throw to make in this game. A lot of times they'll run out the back of the end zone. You can't freeform it correctly, et cetera, et cetera. That is where I am super fine giving up. And on top of that, if that's where he has to hit me to score a game-winning touchdown, right? In my mind, that's the only area he could hit me is back here. We're sending a 5-man blitz. He should not have time for that to be able to get in or for that route to develop, right? He's got to throw it short of that, in my opinion, right? That's the whole thinking behind what we're doing here is exactly that, where I don't want him to have time to be able to throw that. He snaps it, he blocks it, he throws it, he catches it, touchdowns it. And this is a couple of things. One, he blocked the pressure. Good job by him. Maybe I should have called a different blitz. Two, this is just an insane throw, like truthfully. Like this is a KO, this is a KO. This is Devontae Adams, this is Jair Brown. It's just an insane throw. The route ran perfectly for him, which is great. The only other thing I look back on, and I'm like, dang, I wish I would have done this maybe instead, is no blitz. And instead run cover 4 with 25-yard flats. And then just to give him all day and just do whatever, right? Maybe, bring this guy back, put him right here. Bring this guy back, put him right here. And these guys all go back. With that being said, though, dude, I know, the comments will be like, oh, you got to do this, that, and that. Man, if this is the throw that beats you, dude, because the last thing I want is for this guy to bail back here. And I thought he was going to attack the sideline. I thought he was going to attack right here and go for a game-winning play with like 4 seconds left is what I thought he was going to do. And so I'm like, dude, I just don't want him to be able to do that. And I want him to have to make this throw under pressure with a perfect route, a perfect throw, perfect free form to win the game. And he does. He does. Just a good dot. 3 seconds left. We go. I try basically just launching something to get try praying for pass interference here. We get a 1-on-2, not the worst. 1-on-3, I guess, afterwards. I was really just hoping for pass interference or something. But GG to him. Am I frustrated by that loss? Yes. And again, the only other thing I do on defense to end the game is cover 4 with 25-yard flats and just have so many bodies back there. I didn't care if he had all day. Maybe that would have been better. But like outside of that, man, like you can see in this replay right here, it's like, dude, this is just a laser. Like KO is what it is. Gabagool's number 8 ranked player in the world right now. He has over $100,000 of earnings. And if someone's gonna make that throw, it's gonna be a guy like that, I suppose. But dang, it's a frustrating way to lose in a really stacked Mutthead league. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 20,000 over here. Let me know. And I'm excited to break down the rest of these games with you and for you to see the raw gameplays as well. I think it'll be really fun. This league is really, really cool, super competitive. And yeah,